Hello and welcome back to the MC Championship video. This is just a quick short update video because yesterday the MCC Twitter announced all the games that would be featured in Decision Dome Dial this weekend for MCC 24, so let's talk about it. Just remember that only a small percentage of the people who watch our videos are actually subscribed, so make sure to consider hitting the red button. For now, let's dive into which games we will see this Saturday the 20th of August at 8 PM BST for MCC 24. Okay, so on screen right now is the graphic that the MCC Twitter revealed at 4 PM BST on Wednesday 17th August for the MCC 24 event, which at the time of this announcement would have been in 3 days time. However, as of uploading this video, it's only 2 days before the event. As usual, for each game, the name of the game is displayed as well as a blurred screenshot of the map that will be used for that game. This time there are 9 games, but focusing on the standard 12 games we've seen for Season 2 events, you'll notice that 3 of them are absent, destined not to be played for this event. These are Parkour Tag, Survival Games, and To Get to the Side and Whack-A-Fan, or TGTD or SAWAF. Indeed, one PvP game has been benched, as is usual, but this time 2 movement games are benched, leaving all 3 team games in the roster this event. Parkour Tag has gone for the first time since its introduction in MCC 12, SG was recently benched in MCC 22, and To Get to the Other Side was also recently benched in MCC 21. This is to allow other games to be played while still having 9 games in total, but of course in the end only 8 of these will get played and unfortunately 1 will get skipped entirely. Finally, after months we've got another canon game remix, more on that later. Now let's take a look at each game on the graphic and see if that gives us any more information. We'll start from the top left and work our way down. Rather than show you the original image this time, I'll offer a slightly adjusted image with some unblurring and color correction to improve image quality. First up, Build Mart, the game with the remix, which should help persuade teams to actually play it this time after being skipped 3 canon events in a row. Obviously we don't know what the remix element will be, but we can be assured that the basic premise of Build Mart will stay the same. The objective of collecting materials to complete team builds shouldn't change, but the way you collect the materials might change. The image shows small cube-shaped boxes of different colors, from purple, which is closest to where the screenshot was taken, all the way to red and orange in the distance on the left. We see additional colored cubes above some of the ground floor cubes, but not all of them. There's no second cube above the blue and purple cubes. In the background we can make out a wall of blue stained glass. Let me know what you think this remix is all about in the comments below. Going across to Battle Box on the Villa map, introduced in MCC 14 at the start of Season 2, but was only played once. The image here displays one side of the map which features a platform on the upper level which you have to jump across to get to the opposite side, otherwise you'll fall in lava. A brown bench sits in front of the pool of lava, however there doesn't appear to be any map changes from when it was played in MCC 14. Let's take a look at Grid Runners, and like the previous few games graphics, the exact same image is used. They must have reused the image here. It shows the finish line which has never ever changed, and since it doesn't show any of the 8 rims that will be used, this is pretty useless to us, but I reckon that despite this there will be at least one new puzzle room added for MCC 24 as usual. As we saw in MCC 23, the parkour layout in the final stretch of the course could change, but we can't see this. Now we have Meltdown, the newest game in the Decision Dome, introduced in MCC 22. Sadly, we can't see anything different compared to the previous 2 times it's been played. No map changes. This part of the map shown here features a blue color scheme with boxes which players can hide in or run through, as well as elevation via stairs which you can make out near the middle of the image. Up next, Rocket Spleef Rush, a relatively new game introduced in MCC 20. Important to note that while the image shows one map, in this game there are actually 3 rounds across 3 different maps. The image here shows the colorful map simply called Classic. Since there are iterations for each map and each round as new pieces of land spawn, there will be more similarly designed versions of Classic in this image for players to try to survive on. The layout and size will change based on round length and number of players still alive. Let's move to Sky Battle, but careful, this is not identical to the MCC 21 Mesa map. You'll notice the inner ring has grey stone lines which run along the top horizontally at equal intervals, whereas in the old Mesa map the stones were semicircles near the edges on the inside. Vertical cylinder shaped orange towers that surround the inner ring now have a blue block on them. As you can see near the bottom of the image, this is most likely to be water. On to Ace Race, the image shows the new Turtle Run map introduced just last event in MCC 23, which has 9 checkpoints each lap and a total of 4 laps, with improved mechanics and bug fixes also incorporated for the first time on this map. Just like the MCC 23 games graphic, the image displays a waterfall on the left and a red jump boost pad. Again, no visible design alterations. The penultimate game is Hole in the Wall, which returns to the laboratory map introduced in MCC 21, last played in MCC 22. While we don't see the actual platform is cross-shaped, with yellow 2x2 corners as opposed to the standard circular shape with a hole at its center. Instead, the image displays the background between the purple south and green west walls, which is just decoration, as well as one of the yellow corners I just mentioned. Finally, let's discuss Sands of Time, returning after being benched for 3 months straight, using the Season 2 version introduced in MCC 15 as a massive upgrade in terms of number of features compared to its Season 1 counterpart. The image here makes it clear that it is 100% displaying the hub where players spawn into and where they begin the game, with the massive sign timer on the right of the image and the less useful Sphinx on the left. Like Grid Runners, the exact same image is used here from previous game graphics. So as you can see, not as many cosmetic changes or new maps as usual, but the Build Mart remix and revamped Sky Battle map makes up for this. The last thing to say about these images is that we will be told in advance of the event about each game and its changes in the MCC 24 update video, which is always released the day before the event on the Noxcrew YouTube channel. I'll link this channel and the original games announcement graphic down below in the description. Well, I've been your host. I hope you found this video informative and enjoyable, and I'll catch you on the next MCC MCC video. Oh, and don't forget to watch MCC 24 this Saturday. See ya.